And so coming into the colon, you'll notice there's a tiny little organ down the bottom called the appendix. And did you know God doesn't make mistakes? The appendix is a very important part of our gastrointestinal tract. It has two main functions. One function is it's called the colon's oil can, because the appendix lubricates the contents of the colon until it passes out. But also the appendix releases antibacterial fluid, so that if anything coming out of the small intestine is toxic, this antibacterial fluid calms it down until it comes out of the body. So why would it be toxic? When vegetables break down, they putrefy. They ferment. They don't putrefy, they ferment. When meat breaks down, it putrefies. Now, dogs have a gastrointestinal tract that's only 1 yard long, so it's in and out quickly. But us humans, our gastrointestinal tract is approximately 10 yards long. And if someone's on a high meat diet and having a lot of sugar, that just feeds the putrefaction process. So when it's coming out of here, it actually can be quite toxic. And so the appendix releases antibacterial fluid. Now, I've met some very healthy people who are meat eaters, but when you assess it, it's all organic and it's a small part of the diet. So that little bit of meat is packed out with a lot of vegetables. And that fermentation process from the breakdown of the vegetables protects somewhat that putrefaction process, which happens with the breakdown of meat. So why would someone have appendicitis? Appendicitis can be a result of that poor appendix overworking, because what's coming out of here is either got a lot of meat in it, so it's putrefying, or if they're eating all day long, drinking with their meals, having a huge amount of refined sugar, then this fermentation process can get to the point of producing alcohol, and when it comes out of here, then the appendix has to overwork to release this antibacterial fluid to calm it down while it goes through. If someone's appendix is swollen and painful, and your appendix is about just to the left of your right rib, it's way down the bottom here. See, this is your ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon. So the appendix is just where the ileocecal valve is going into the first part of the ascending colon, which is about down in this area here. So if someone has appendix pain, ice is the best, because you want to get that inflammation down. And if that person were to have 3 enemas in a row, do you know, I think every home should have an enema kit. An enema kit is just like a small bucket that has a pipe and just warm water goes into the colon. With an enema kit, the first enema, when the water goes in and then you sit on the toilet, the last part is emptied out. And then you have another enema, which maybe be a cup and a half, then the water goes further round. And then after 10 minutes you'd sit and that comes out. If you have a third enema, it can come right around here, and so it releases the pressure in the colon. And often, if someone has appendicitis, the cold packs and the 3 enemas in a row can relieve it. If someone's in excruciating pain, it's probably an idea to go to the emergency, because if that appendix bursts, of course that can be life-threatening. But you might know the saying, nip it in the bud. A stitch in time saves 9.